Hey, good afternoon. I'm going to take you through the steps of how to get a perfect finish on a door where it's like furniture grade finish. So when you touch it, you feel like you're touching your dresser or even a cabinet. And so these are all their doors, 2-panel, half arch, solid doors. And first thing I did stain the doors by themselves. They're off the hinges and stained with jams and everything else. And that's as far as I got. I haven't gotten anything else. I haven't put the clear coats on. And I am using a polyacrylic the top coat, and it's made by Minwax. I'm gonna grab it, show you what I got. Want to be careful because the lid isn't on. That's what I'm using. And yeah, I have been very happy with this product. First time using it. I was using on the doors downstairs a polyurethane. A lot harder. The way it sets up and dries, if you don't apply it right, sand it up. That's a more difficult one. This is such an easy product to use. You get such an amazing finish. And there's a couple other things. Using a block sander. This is fine. That's the gauge. It's not extra fine. It's just fine. And after you sand down, whenever you sand down, you can take it under water and rinse off the excess dust and use it for another use again. So I will be using a fine pad. So before I put my first coat on, I'm going to sand all the door, the grooves, everything first. Get all the door right now. There's a couple of spots that doesn't feel nice, and you're going to feel that in your first coat. So after you do your first coat, you're basically going to be sanding that off anyways. So you might as well, first step, after you stain, let it dry, and sand the stain finish first. A light sand, just a nice light up and down. I'm not pushing, I'm just basically just using a little bit of weight and just following the wood grain, which is very important. The wood grain goes up and down here, and already you can tell, like, yep, that's going to be the new finish. Then the next thing is on the style, like on the top, the middle, the three styles. You want to follow the grain again. So you want to go across like this. So light sand. You're not trying to sand off the stain, and you're just trying to get that smooth finish before you apply your first coat. And then the next important thing to use is the right brush. I'm using a medium stiff, and this brush is for stains. And so if it's for stains, it's good enough for clear coats. And I've been using it. It's a 2-inch tapered brush. It's a pretty brush. And I'm using a medium stiff bristle. They have different, you don't want too coarse, you don't want too fine. The medium stiff seems to work very, very well. So I'm going to get on, I'm going to get this sanded, and I'll be applying my first coat of poly. And then realistically, I don't think you should have to sand again after that first coat. This top coat is so good. Like I said, I've never used this product before. The first time I'm using it. But if you want a perfect finished door, this is a product to use. It's a water-based product. You can use water-based products on oil. This is an oil-based stain. It's all Old Masters. That's what I use in stains. So I'm gonna get to sanding, and before I apply the first top coat. See, the nice thing about these sponge brushes, you have all these different levels. You can take the corners and just hit in each individual corner. And what I've noticed, what works, you push the sponge hard enough, it'll do all of them at the same time. And you can do it both ways. Put the very corner in the corner, and that's that with this side of the door. Then I got a rag, and you go back, and you just wipe off all the excess. There will be dust. There will be dust. And I got tape on the floor, so when I do put the clear coat on, I'm not getting it on the wood floor. So I'm taking my fingers, getting it inside the corner on a different routed edge. And primarily, this is the only prep that you really do have before you do put the top coat on. What's important, I'm just feeling the door already before I even have the top coat on, and she's pretty smooth. It's like a lot of raised green right there. I don't know why. So, I already did sand this. Let me see if I can get that down. I don't want to take the stain off. I guess operator. Ow. Oh yeah, that's better. That would be. Just take your hand, and if you feel any rough spots anywhere, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna get my scraper. It's like something. Huh. I don't want to scrape too hard, and sometimes it's got to add a little bit more muscle. And this side of the door is ready. I'll open the door, get the other side, and be ready to put stain on. Not stain, polycoat. All right. Don't forget to follow the grain. Like I said, you don't want to go against the grain. The ends of the door. Make it done. Use some more white. And this prep work, once you get a system going, it does go pretty quick. Let's go with the grain. Now you can also use steel wool. The 4-0 super fine steel wool. I just find the sanding block to be just more, well, the steel wool, it does break down. You get a bunch of little particles of steel wool all over the place. That part I'm not too fond of. But if you want to clean up a door that has a little roughness, you can take that 4-0 steel wool, rub on it, wipe it down, and you'll get that blemish out of there, and you don't even have to add another clear coat or a touch up. The steel wool itself, basically put it like this, like waxing your car. The steel wool will act like the wax, even though there's not wax on it. And I'm following the same procedure as I did with all my other doors. How I'm doing all this. So there's nothing. And I'm very happy with the finish. I don't even have to sand a second time. This is it. I just had to sand this one time. And I am just doing 2 coats of polyacrylic, this Minwax brand. And like I said, I really like it. Just wipe everything down. I am going to go back and I have the hinge taped. So you don't want to get that clear coat on your hinges. So that's why I'm taping off the floor and you can speak in the areas where the door's open, so I don't get anything on the floor, any of the material. Okay, just wrapping up. Final wipe with another. Shook out the rag, cleaned it out, and yeah. So and that's it. Now we're ready. We are ready to apply the clear coat. Okay, so what I like to do, I like getting inside the groove part first, and then I'll hit this center, and I hit the centers next, going crossways. So once I hit that, and when I pass, I'm going in the vertical direction. With the wood, I try to line up with that piece of wood, so you don't see any line marks. And what I've noticed with this clear coat, you don't even see, you have to look really hard to even try to find a brush mark. Another nice thing about this product is after I'm done with the product, when I close the lid, and you can wash your brush with soap and water. And I thought that was just an incredible see the arch. I'm trying to follow the arch and then getting any excess off. But yeah, you can wash the brush with soap and water, warm soap and water. I use Dawn soap, and I just keep working it in the sink with my hands to try to get all the product off. And when you see me dab, what I'm doing is there's like a there's a knot, and it's got some depth to it. And what I'm doing is trying to get material inside the knot. Otherwise, you really don't have. Otherwise, you're not really sealing the door 100%. And I'm only dipping the brush in about an inch. Then I'm wiping the back. I'm not coming out of the bucket with material on both sides. I got the brush. Always thought I had very good control of the brush. No, they're not. It's always about leaving a nice finish when you apply this material. You just don't slap it on. Kind of like when you're cutting your lawn. You want that, if I go across, you want that nice, perfect, what's the word am I trying to think of? You just want nice rows. See, now I'm going on the, maybe I'm gonna do a little artsy like this, but I'm gonna go up, get those straight again, so you don't see little knot, dab in there, try to get the material in there. I don't do it when I bring it out of the bucket. I wait till I get a lot of material off. Just a small little door. And same thing on the bottom. I just then I do full strokes. I overdid it down there. And follow the arch. And that's that whole center section. So now I'm going to do the cross stiles center. We'll do up there in this one, and then I'll get down and start doing that one down there. So yeah, again, this is such a, the fumes are so light. And again, I follow the radius. What I'm doing is I'm kind of looking on an angle, and where I pass, I want the brush marks on, I want them going the opposite direction on these boards with the grain. Do not go against the grain when applying this material. No, not. Do not do it. Sometimes you have to do a retake. Funny how it gets warm all of a sudden. I want to get the center one done before I go past it. You just use the lighting you have so you can see that you did. That you do have the coverage. Then I always follow up, make a few passes. You have a little bit of time to do that. And unfortunately, since I'm on a roll going down, I gotta go all the way to the ground and get that all taken care of. I always have a drop cloth. Oh, plus it's for me. I'll take the bucket off the stool. Then there's another reason why I have tape on the floor, so I don't get any materials on the finished floor. Make sure you get the center done. I'm just trying to make time, be efficient with everything I'm doing. So on these kinds of doors, probably better off to do the center panels first and then do the 3 center deals and then the sides. You'll know which, once you start staining, you'll be like, oh, it makes sense to maybe hit those first before I hit that section. So, but this is, oh my gosh, I do love this product. Like I said, I've never used it, and just a little bit. I'm very happy with. Another trick I do, a lot of times the brush will start building up with material. And I'll like push the brush a little extra hard to squeeze out that excess material. Now that that's done, the stuff dries so fast. I know I did the center. I know I did. All right, last one. So I'll work through the floor to work my way up. Doggies hear something. They're always protecting this house. Very protective. Oh. Oh. Okay. This is the hard part. Getting up. All right. Oh. All that grunting. Almost to the top. And these knots is so, they come out so good. And you dab that clear coat inside them. You have to make sure you don't have too much material inside them. Because what'll happen is it'll build up. And it'll do a run. So if I have too much material right here, which I see I do, I'll just dab it first and then do a nice soft sweep up and kind of pull away slowly. Yeah. And then we got the center. Put a little bit on the brush, not too much. I'm like barely touching material to get on it, just enough. If I could get clear coat on it. All right, now I gotta get that lower part. Then I'll just let the door set up for a little bit before I do the other side, because the back side will. This stuff does dry fast too. That's another reason I like using it. I mean, it says you can apply another coat, sand, and apply another coat in like 2 to 3 hours, if I remember right. That's that. That's the first coat after it dries. I'm gonna hit another bedroom door. I have one coat on from yesterday. So once it sets up, by the time I have that door done, I gotta do both sides. When that door is completely done, I'll come back and do the back side of this door. And then that's it. I'll let it dry overnight. I still have to do all the casing, I have to do the trim, I still have to do all that. So, biggest key is after you stain the wood, like I said, the doors are already in very good smooth shape. I'm sure I could have sanded it. I didn't want to build up any dust. I was trying to save some time. So, I just stained the doors. You see, I just block sanded them. And I added the first coat of this polyacrylic top coat, clear coat, and it's a water-based coat. And then this is coat 1, and let me show you what 2 coats look like. I'll show you in the bathroom. The door is done, and yeah, let's take a look at the door. Well, here's the door. Oh, if you could. Trying to get a real close-up of the door. Let's close the door. I did the second coat yesterday. And you can see in the glare, you can't even see brush marks or anything. That's 2 coats. And I do not sand the second time around. Yeah. So, again, I hope this helps you if you're out there trying to get a nice finish on your door. Good luck. And yeah, happy finishing. All right. God bless.